What's up, everybody? This is Ricky and Vic. We're here from in the Luke, North County. We're just catching up on some of these comments. We got quite a few comments on our
This is all on the carb
issue.
You are listening to
In the Luke, North County, where we talk about nothing and everything, both at the same time. I am your host, Victor Bonuelos. Joining me is Ricky, Tommy, and Chris. This episode is sponsored by Centric Auto Repair. Is your check engine light on? Need brakes? Trust the experts at Centric Auto Repair. To ensure your vehicle is running smoothly and safely, call today.
When we say carb, it's the control that California has on the smog industry. So, as a federal side of it, the federal side has minimal laws, and that's why California can dictate what certain laws and all that stuff, and that's why they have smog. That's why they have certain types of smogs here, different smogs in Texas, different smogs in Virginia. In Virginia, the more inspections, like safety inspections versus a tailpipe smog. $60 for registration. Someone commented $120 for 2 years. Yeah. So you can kind of prepay too. So that's $60. In some other state, and we're paying, like $800 for my truck, a year.
Crazy. Like, we got a comment from at Waterboxer87. He says, my experience with carb, had to replace the stolen cat on my Honda. Federal cat is $300. California cat, $1,900. He says, abolish useless carb. And that's 100% true. That's one of the things that we talked about in the video. When you have to get a carb compliant catalytic converter for either theft or it's restricted or whatever, in Cali, you're going to spend an arm and a leg.
And it's all politics, taxes. It has nothing to do with the product. The part itself is exactly the same. It's just a different serial number that's proven to the state, that the state says, hey, this is an approved product and you can use it, and you can only use this one. And because of that, well, the licensing, to get that license, that's why all these cars don't have like a Toyota Prius. You have to go straight to the dealer, because aftermarkets do not want to invest in this licensing for the new catalytic converter serial numbers. So they're like, screw that, we're not going to spend the millions of dollars it takes for that. So it costs us money for aftermarkets to be able to get the license to put a stamp on there. So that's why catalytic converter 2010, that's an old car. That's $2,400 for that cat. If you go into Washington, Texas, you can get that same cat aftermarket, I believe $120. Yeah. Aftermarket. So it's a pretty huge difference right there. And that sucks for us as consumers, just normal people right here.
Yeah, it's
and you know what's funny? It's not even a smog issue. It's not an environmental green issue. It's the same product.
Same thing, just different stamp.
It's just a different stamp.
Just a different stamp.
It doesn't like produce less carb emissions into the air. It's just it's politics, it's taxes, it's money. It's a money grab. What other stuff that's right there? Anything new? I know it's gonna get passed. I mean it's up in the Senate. It's up in, so past the House, it's up in the Senate, and it's ready to go. They're backing it up with like hard legislation. How do you say that word?
Legislation. I know that they're waiting for, once they get it signed, they're going to try to go to CRA, and that like we talked about then, is to keep it from being repealed.
Turn yours up. Go ahead.
Is to keep it from being repealed. So that's going to help us out, because if this does go well, it's not gonna come back. So we don't have to worry about everything that we're doing coming back at us, and we have to do it all over again. So that's going to help. So let's go. Let's just take this stuff away. It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Turn yours up. Turns mine up.
Mine's up.
Is it? Okay, cool. It sounds better. How's it sound, guys? Give me a thumbs up if it sounds good at this point right now.
Yeah.
We're messing with
We're only messing with audio because we did get a comment that says audio is poor, so we're trying to work on that. So bear with us. We're trying to figure all this out. Like I said, we are new to this. We're just a couple guys who don't know nothing but talk about everything. So yeah, keep the comments coming in, man. We're gonna keep you guys posted as we hear stuff and stuff that's applicable to you as a consumer.
Another thing. So I don't know if you guys have dealt with this, but the car, what is it called? You know when they do the drunk driving, when you have to pull over? What is that?
Sobriety check?
Sobriety check. They're doing smog checks. Have you heard of those?
No.
Or they stop right in the middle of the road. They have a smog machine on a tow truck type thing, and they're doing smog checks, and they've been doing that for years in California.
Wow.
I've seen one before. I wasn't driving through that area. I was like on the other side of the street. But I know it's happening in California, and that's how they're. That's what I want to say. Another money grab. So they're taking away money from. Or making money from the consumers by taking away the car, giving them tickets and all that stuff. But that's another. What they're saying when they say that that's an illegal stop.
Right.
It's illegal stop and search. So at the federal level, if this gets, or I'm sorry, that if it gets passed 100%, I think that's going to solve that issue too. So a lot of people don't see this. The smog check. Pullover. I don't even know what the term it's called. But if you've seen it, make a comment in what city it's happening in. I know it's happening in California. I've heard about it for years, and I've seen videos and I've seen everything. So it's
like a sobriety check for your car,
yeah.
For your exhaust, for your emissions.
They want to know if you're passing emissions. You know, so
jeez,
but that's pretty crazy, and that has to do with the bar.
Right.
That's the bar, the Bureau of Automotive Repair.
And then from what that report said is they're going after the bar for some of the things that they've done. I mean, don't get me wrong, the bar is a good situation because it helps you, the consumer, in case you guys do deal with that kind of wobbly repair shops. We don't talk down on other repair shops.
Well, a bar is a whole entity. It's not just what we deal with. So what we deal with the bars, they fight for the consumer. So if there's an issue and you have an issue with a shop, you can call the bar, and they'll kind of they're like your guys' lawyer. And that's in California. The bar's not like everywhere.
Right.
You know, this is only California, which is good. It's good for the consumer.
Right.
But they also deal with all the smog stations, smog regulations. Let me pull you over and force you to do a smog.
Yeah.
They deal with all the taxes. There's a lot going on that they do, you know. So I mean, we dealt with the bars over the years, and they're cool, you know. They're not out there to close businesses up, but after a certain amount of marks, and I believe when you do something pretty crazy and it's very obvious, you know, that you know they'll shut down the shop. Mm-hmm.
They're here to make sure everyone's taken care of properly, you know. And like I said, the bar's not a bad situation. I mean, they take care of you, the consumer.
But
so
I think a portion of that will be gone.
Yes,
100%. A portion, because
the emissions part of it all is going to be deteriorated.
Well, if we go away from smog's period, I think we'll probably go to at least safety inspections like the other states.
Like the other states. I know the state of Maine, New Hampshire, they all do state inspection. New York. A lot of East Coast states do inspections. You got to get inspected.
So the
safety
the
stuff.
smog stations are pretty worried right now.
Yeah.
And smog repairs, because, I mean, it's more of a safety thing. So it's not like check engine lights and everything. Correct. So I think the way they're gonna look as just an state inspection, they're gonna be like, well, why do you want to replace my head gasket?
Right.
Like, you're just an inspector, you know. So I know they're gonna have to find a different way of making money, or you know, trying to, you know, make up for the money that they're going to lose.
Got to find out where it's coming from for sure.
I wonder if the smog check's going to drop too, the actual inspection.
Well, yeah. I mean, if there's no emissions, they don't have to smog.
Well, at least the $8 certificate.
Well, that's gonna come as part of the state inspection if they do that.
Okay.
I don't know because the smog certificate read off your emissions.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the state inspection does get a certificate. You can charge a certificate fee.
Mm-hmm. You know, so I'm going to jump into a little bit of a different subject. It made me think. So the reason why this is happening is because the federal law is not. It doesn't have a lot of verbiage to it, and it leaves doors open for California to be able to do whatever,
Right.
and make its own rules and stuff. So what's happening is the verbiage is going to be strong, and it's going to say, X, Y, Z,
Right.
period. You know what I mean? And that's going to make California have to follow the X, Y, Z. It's not going to be so open. You know what I mean? Like if they make a new a federal law that everybody's emissions is just 0.2 or 3%, you know what I mean? Every state's gonna have to follow it.
Yes.
So I looked at that and I was like, okay, well, that's why this is happening. And then I told myself, why aren't they doing that with guns? Why does California have a different law on guns from Texas and everything? And so I just Googled for like 2-3 minutes just for fun. And the same thing's there. So the federal laws are so basic when it comes to guns, which is gonna be your the age. So if California or the government federal side can close or make better laws for guns. Anyways, if they add more verbiage to the gun laws, they can do the same thing they're doing with smog in California with guns.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Like in Arizona, Texas, you just go pick up a gun and
Yeah,
you go
Arizona,
home.
you can walk right out with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people I lived in Vegas, people used to say you can just go right over. I mean, you do have to show proof of residence, but you can literally walk into a gun shop, give them your stuff, and you walk out with the gun.
I mean, what if it goes that route with this administration, that they're going to tackle all the silliness of who can do. I mean, why can't I do in California what people do in Texas?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why do I have to pay more in smog and taxes in California than Texas? You know what I mean? Why is there a difference? We're all the United States. We're all one.
Well, that's where it's all going now. I mean, that's where it seems to be heading that way. We're all going to have to live as one.
Well, I mean, I'm down for that. I'd be like all the laws for child molesting. Like, dude, fucking 20 years minimum. I don't care what it is, whether you're in Texas, California, where. There you go, castrated. That's part of the rule. But let's make the law even throughout all the states.
Yeah.
So I kind of learned that, with this smog thing, and then looking why it's happening, and then I can relate it to guns too. It says, oh, well, they have an opportunity too to do the same thing, which they make federal laws more detailed, where California has to obey those laws.
Yeah.
And they can't make up their own laws in between those laws.
That's going to be a tough one. To go from smog rules to gun rules, that's going to be
Can you imagine? Hot rods, no catalytic converters, and guns. Here we go, boys.
Straight pipes, fast cars, fired guns. It's on. Wild, wild west.
There you go. But we got a lot more coming on this, guys. So let us know what you guys think in the comments.
Yeah, keep them coming.
It's gonna happen. To me, it's gonna happen. It's already passed the Senate. It's going to the House.
And when it does, Victor's gonna straight pipe his truck. First thing.
Which one? It's already straight pipe. What are you talking
The big
about?
truck.
It is straight pipe.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, we're taking the cat off. We're gonna make that shit loud.
The cat's off. The cat's off.
Oh, let's go.
That's why you hear that because of the turbos.
That's why this guy is he's a pioneer, guys. He started this shit.
Once. I gotta edit that and turn that off.
Yeah.
It's straight pipe, but it's in Texas.
There it is. Oh, yeah.
It's not here. It's not here.
It's out there where it's supposed to be. That's why he's not driving. He's driving the Jeep. That's legally small.
That one's straight pipe too.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
We're in trouble. Okay, never mind.
That's
My
gonna be
Sentra's
something.
good. My 2006 Sentra's perfect.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Rick and Victor within the Loop North County. Catching up with you guys. Keep the comments coming. Keep the views coming. Click like and subscribe and help us build this day up. We'll bring you guys up to date information. Talk to you later. Peace.